Hey everyone, this is Martin, and I'm going to walk you through the process for what it took us to get a building permit for building our house down here. If you could, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'm going to get right into this. So we are in Southwest Missouri, and not all counties are the same in Missouri like they are not probably the same anywhere else. And we are not the same as municipal, like city, municipal governments. So we're in the county, governed by the county on building permits. And I want to show you what we had to go through as far as an inspection, what the inspector came down and checked on us before we were able to be issued the permit. And this is it. That flag right there is what was inspected. And I'm going to take you up and show you what that inspection ended up getting for us. So it's been from Friday afternoon till Monday afternoon, and here's what we got. We got us a building permit for the house. That's how quick it came together. So here's the story on inspections down here where we're at. We are in Stone County, Missouri, so it's and I've had experience with getting building permits down here in the past. They are the state of Missouri starts with, they are very adamant about getting your septic systems right, okay, and making sure that those are done correctly. And we have done that like over 2 years ago when we first built the cabin down here, and the cabin is right over there. And when the cabin was built down here, we put in our septic field and the whole system, and we were allowed to put it in ourselves. The soil had to be tested. The septic system had to be engineered, but honestly, it's not that complicated for that. They do the specifications on it. We're allowed to put it in. We were put it in. The septic system was inspected, and things were good to go there. As we go through the process of getting a building permit to build a house or the cabin, or like the house we're doing right now, essentially, you'll laugh when you see what is required. When I got a hold of them, they're at the county planning and zoning. I said, what do I need to do to get a building permit for a house? And they told me I needed to fill out an application, I needed to pay a fee, and I needed to provide some information to them. And okay, well, what do you need provided to you? Well, they needed me to download a map of the property and just draw a picture on the property on the map where the structure is going to go. You may not be able to see this, but right there, okay, this is the property, and right there in the middle of it is where we were building the house. And I had to mark out how many feet it was to the property lines, which is way more. They've got a limit of 10 feet. You got to be at least 10 feet from a property line. That's why they wanted to come and inspect the flags, by the way. They wanted to see that you were not building close to a property line. So that was the first thing. The second thing was they wanted to know how big it was, and that was part of the application process. And they really don't even want a floor plan. Okay, they just want sort of an outline of what it is. So I drew an outline. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's just an outline saying that's the dimensions, that's the footprint. They don't even have to show what's inside of it or the floor plan, just the outline of it and where how far it is away from other buildings and other property lines. That's the second part. The third part is an application, and there's that. In this section in here, because I'd already got a building permit for the cabin and for the septic system 2 years ago when we did that, they said, no, don't worry about filling that out, and we'll get that here when we get the application. So basically, I downloaded the application form. I printed it off of their website, filled it out. I didn't have a way of rescanning the pages, so I just snapped a picture of them with my phone, emailed them back to the county with my phone, and called them back after I did this. And this was like Friday afternoon, kind of late Friday afternoon. Last Friday, this is Tuesday now. And I said, did you get them? And she looked at her email, said, yep, I've got them. Looks like I've got everything I need. You'll hear from us. And, oh, by the way, you owe $200, or it was like $260, I guess, for the building permit. I said, okay. And I went ahead and paid for that right then. So they said, we'll get the inspector down there within 5 business days. That was Friday afternoon. So Monday, we had to leave for a little bit, and we've been down here cutting trees and putting flags to outline where the building is going to be. And when we got back, I thought, I wonder if he's been here. I thought, surely not. That's only really been one business day, barely. And so I took a ride up there, and this is what I found. Here's what we got. We got us a building permit. So we got our flag inspection, and I guess that was okay. And we got our building permit, so I guess that's okay. So we're going to get started. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, not all of you are going to run into something that simple, okay? You're going to be in places where, I have been in places before where getting a building permit was a 3-month process, okay? And very expensive, and you're inspected all the way through the whole process. Down here where we're at, literally my experience with the building department for the county is they want to see where you're going to put your stuff and how big it is, and then they've never bothered us again, ever, after all of that. So anyway, so it's, find the right place. If that's an issue for you, then find the right place. And yes, the building permit puts us on the radar, and they charge taxes and things like that. Yes, they do that. But again, here in our area, taxes are really pretty reasonable. And honestly, the taxes down here, if you looked at my tax bill, it goes to things like the fire services, the school, the public libraries, and stuff like that. The county property tax is acceptable, okay? Now, I know to some of you, no tax is acceptable. And honestly, I don't like paying any taxes for anything. But at the same time, there's not really any way that you can fight it without running everything under the radar. And if they ever catch you doing that, that's not a battle that I'm interested in fighting. So, they make it so easy here anyway, that I don't have a problem going along with it. And it's been a good experience. Everything that I've done with the county down here on the planning and zoning has been a very, very, very good experience. And they've been pleasant to deal with, and it's easy. So, that's where we're at. My big inspection was, he came down and looked at my flags. I've got 8 of them in the ground down here where the outlines where the house is going to be. And he came down and looked at them, and that was it. Never did see him, never did hear from him. So good deal. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and make sure to follow along, because we are going to be getting an excavator in here later this week and start digging the hole. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and a share, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. See you next time.